I am smart. I am blessed. I can do anything. I am smart. I am blessed. I can do anything. I am smart. I am blessed. I can do anything.
Guys, welcome to the 415 podcast with your girls, Miss B and Keita. We are so excited. So excited. I'm pretty sure you've heard this positive affirmation from this beautiful young guy. Okay. If you haven't, get your life together. That is the voice of Ayaan, of Alissa. That's her son. Okay. So our special guests are Alissa, Zulekha, a sister duo who have wrote a book, a children's book called I Am Smart, I Am Blessed, I Can Do Anything. Welcome, ladies, to the 415 podcast. How are you?
Good. Hi.
Thank you.
So excited. Welcome again. We're just so proud and so happy to be able to have this time with you. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to come kick it with us on the 415 and really talk through what's going on in your guys' lives. Like, you are doing great things, during this pandemic. I know it had to be a lot trying to get, your family in order and trying to shift your life to this new, I hate to say it, new normal. Mm-hmm. But how have you all been doing during this? Like, how much has changed? How much has shifted?
A lot has changed. We've been doing well. I think that Ayaan has adjusted pretty well to virtual learning because he's in pre-K and he's learning at home now on the computer. It's just trying to find a balance between, doing his virtual learning and then getting outside and getting some, fresh air, playing, because he's 4, so he needs to get a lot of that energy out.
Right.
But it's been good. I think that my fiance and I have created a really good balance. We also have a baby, so Alea, it's a lot to balance a baby and a toddler and having to stay inside all the time. Right. But I think we've done a really good job of working together and, just creating a sense of normal within the house, even though we can't go anywhere. He hasn't asked us why can't we go anywhere or do anything? He seems to still be enjoying himself. So that means we're doing a good job.
That's amazing. Good. Look, I got to clap that on that. That's right good. That's good. How about you, Zulekha?
I've been pretty good. My family is really good. I am a mom of 3.
Okay.
So I have 2 in middle school and 1 in elementary school. And our time indoors has been lengthened significantly than what we're used to. My boys play sports, my daughters in extracurriculars. And so I think that, as well as kind of talking through with them all of the current events that have been happening, because we're trying not to shelter them too much and not let them know what's going on in the world, but also, find a balance where it's not overwhelming for them. So I think that part is different for us, and we're working through it like everybody else. No one is used to this.
Listen, right. Listen, I was looking for a yearbook. I said, I want my picture taken because I need y'all to know I was there. Okay. And nobody responded. So I'm like, well, should I be the photographer? Because listen, I need to know. Look, we got to get it done. That's it. Come on now. But again, wow, it's just powerful just knowing that, we have a space that, we can talk about this. You know what I mean? Right. We can come together as Black women and really uplift one another. So again, thank you for coming on with us. So let's get into it. Yeah, let's just get into it. So the book releases December 29th, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So how did this come about? What made you want to write your book?
Well, this book is actually a culmination of wanting to write a book in general. With my sister, we have a vision board basically of all the projects that we want to complete. And for years, we've been talking about these different things that we want to put out into the world to inspire and to uplift. And writing children's books was on that list. So it really just is a manifestation of that, which came through you know, the video of Ayaan and I going viral. So the opportunity presented itself after the video went viral, but it's something we've always wanted to do. So it truly is a blessing. Like, you have no idea how it's just like, oh my gosh, this is what we wanted to do, but we didn't realize that this is how it would happen.
Right.
So, yeah.
Look at God.
Yeah. No.
Look at God.
Yes.
Look, okay. On this good Sunday. That's
Absolutely.
amazing. So, like, how did the positive affirmation come about? Is that something that you made up, or is it a family thing?
So that affirmation is something that I made up, but Zulekha can attest to it. We didn't realize until recently that our family has literally been instilling affirmations in us since we were kids. I can start something and Zulekha could finish it. Good, better, best.
Never let it rest until your good be better and your better best. I mean,
And that's something our grandfather taught us. And so, you know, our father is always giving us different quotes, life lessons. And so it's always been instilled in us. Zulekha, you want to elaborate at all?
Yeah, I definitely, I mean, exactly what Alissa said. We only realized this very recently that, and it's just through like some introspection of like all the stuff that we're doing. And we're like, man, we've always been hearing these affirmations, and it's just a part of our personalities. I say them to my kids. You know, they're constantly like, Mommy, why are you always giving me these like poems or like parables? Like, can you just speak in like regular English? I'm like, no. You have to get the meaning behind this, and you need to move forward in this way. Yeah. So yeah, we've definitely always heard these affirmations, heard like just like almost like maxims for life, things that you can go by in order to kind of propel you forward, always in a positive way, and always to kind of motivate and help you, you know, through challenges and so forth. So definitely nothing new. I think that Alissa took it a step further by curating something specifically for Ayaan, for his age, for him to understand at that age what, you know, she wants for him to know in order to have him kind of have that self-motivation and have that self-confidence. So it's kind of, you know, something that worked through her, I guess.
That goes to show you how important it is for positive thinking and positive affirmations to be shared through generations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because now, you know, you started Ayaan early, but you know, you just now realizing you've been having this your whole life, and your dad probably having it his whole life, and his dad probably, you know, having his own life. So that goes to show you how positive thinking, positive speaking in, you know, speaking it into existence, how that helps with your children. And because, you know, sometimes in the Black community, we always, well, I don't want to say always, but it's like normal for somebody to hear, oh, you're not going to be, you can't do anything, or what you going to do that for? Why would you do that? That's not something you should do. And to actually hear a Black family actually instilling positive thinking throughout the generations, it's always something good.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned that, because for me, I don't know what Alissa feels about this, but for me, I've heard so many people say that they've heard negativity spoken throughout their lives. And I honestly can't say that I feel that. Like, I don't know that I've ever been told, other than these affirmations, I don't know that I've well, no, I have been told directly, like, you know, you have the ability, you have the, you've already have all the tools that you need that are necessary for you to be successful. Like, I think even my grandmother talks that way with us from very young. So it's it's hard for me to hear how that is the experience of other people. And I really feel like, even though this is something that we've always had, this is a perfect way for us to share this with people who might not have had that same experience that we had. I don't know, Alissa.
I agree.
That's how I feel. Yeah.
I totally agree. I can definitely agree with that, because, you know, you see a lot, we're all very active on social media, and sometimes you see posts like, you know, this person told me I couldn't do it, but look at me now. But and that's a beautiful thing to be able to come out of that. But I can't personally say that I have experienced, you know, people telling me that I couldn't do things, or that I'm not ready to do something. which is great. But like Zulekha said, I'm so happy that we have this book, which is really for all ages. It is a children's book,
Right.
but anyone can read this book and feel like they can do anything. And that's what we want. Yeah.
Oof, that's good. Because I'm just trying to think back to my childhood, you know, like me being the only child for 5 years. You know, I felt like I was everything. I got everything I wanted. I was spoiled. I was this. I just remember, like, if you know me, you know me. If you know me, you know that I love birthdays. Birthdays are everything to me. And it's because that's what my parents did. You know, every birthday, I could not remember not having a big old cake, a huge amount of people at our home or whatever. So I think that was one thing, just having a lot of people around me and always celebrating me and always, you know, showing me what I can be. So yeah, I think I didn't have any, you know, negativity growing up. It's in my immediate family. Let's say that.
Right. Immediately. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The world will tell you what they want to tell you.
Right.
I think, you know, through family, like what you guys were saying earlier, those are the people who will really help build you up. And I think, you know, having the right words is so important.
It's true. It's true. So does Ayaan know that he's in the book?
Yes,
he does.
He told his grandmother this morning that he has a book. He's in the book. Well, yes, he knows now.
I love it.
I'm not sure that he understands very much, like, you know, like from the video to a book being written. Like I tried to explain to him that mommy and Auntie Z wrote this book and it's about you and your affirmations. So he wants to read it every night.
Oh,
He loves reading, absolutely loves reading. And I think he's almost gotten to the point where he's like memorized the words. So yeah, he knows he's in the book.
Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Listen, for him to have, oh my gosh, he has, wow. He's in a lot of households, okay? When Alyssa, you know, when I saw that come out and what I wrote to you,
Yes.
look, I felt that all the way because I have 2 nieces and a nephew. And my nieces are 1, 3, and then my nephew is going to be 5 on Thanksgiving. So those 3 are going to have this book.
Oh, thank you.
They are going to read this book. They need to see, like Keita and I were talking earlier, like they need to see themselves in a book. They need to see something positive, something to look forward to, something that's going to encourage them, uplift them, and show them that they are beautiful. They are, you know, capable of doing great things, because too many times in the society always telling us what we're not.
Yes.
We've been fighting our entire lives with everything. And we're not even trying to get attention. We're just trying to be human.
Yes.
So this book is, when I tell you it is on time, it is on time. Okay. And what better time than to drop Christmas time? Holiday, going into the new year, like it's perfect.
Fresh start. Yeah.
What? Come on, vision board.
2020. The year is going to be a completely new and fresh start for everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Look, I was so calm last week. While everybody was like, I was just real calm. I said one prayer. I said, you know what? That's it. I'm good. Whatever happens, gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's just it. So go ahead, Keith.
And I wanna speak on that. How do you feel like how important it is as far as, because I heard Zulekha say this earlier in regards to not sheltering the kids about what's going on in the world today. Like how important do you feel like it's for them to know like what's going on, how to handle certain situations that we're experiencing, even though none of this is new.
Right.
It's just that it's in our face now.
Yeah.
So how do you get them prepared? Because I know I have a 10-year-old son, and sometimes I feel like he's 30 years old.
Child.
Because this child knows. I'm like, how would you even know how to handle this situation? Or, you know, sometimes before I even get to him, he was like, hey, Mom, did you hear about da-da-da-da? I'm like,
wow.
How did you even find out before I get to you?
They're reading the news is what they're doing.
Right.
He's a YouTube fan.
Yes, YouTube, and sometimes he'll be on scene. What did you hear that Donald Trump? Da, 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 da. What? Okay, I got you, son.
So I'll answer first. As far as my kids go, my sons are in middle school, and so they are also very avid readers, and so usually, I allow them to watch or read the news at their leisure, because I really want them to understand. Journalism obviously always has a perspective, but the publications that I allow them to read kind of align with what I think they should be reading and knowing at this point. And so sometimes they do come to me with news that I hadn't had a chance to read yet. I don't really watch too much news, because I really do have to kind of regulate my intake of all of the information, especially this year, because it really can
Drain you
and be draining. And so as far as my kids, they have to live in this world, and they're old enough now where they're not always seen as little boys, even though that's what they are. And so in order to prepare them, I think knowledge and information is so necessary. I think that I definitely want to maintain the amount of innocence that they still have, because they still are, even though they're not, they're not 4 and 5 years old, they still should be allowed to be kids. And so what I do is, if they come to me with information that they've received, I try to ask them what they feel about it, ask them their opinions on it, ask them what their sources are for information. And then we talk it through with their dad. My husband and I are very open with our kids about talking about anything. And so they do feel comfortable. I feel that they feel comfortable because they come to us. They come to us with some stuff. Topics sometimes I'm like, how do you even know this is a topic for us to discuss? But I'm glad that you feel comfortable to come to me,
right.
With current events and everything else, and they have an opinion. And so I feel that it's important to give as much as you can without taking away from their ability to still function and be happy, young people.
Right.
And my daughter is the same. She doesn't necessarily understand to the extent that they do, because she's also not covering a lot of things in school the way that they are. But just being very open and honest about things and filtering as much as you can so that they can maintain, their innocence in terms of, all information is not necessary to get a point across, is what I mean. Yeah. And so that's what we've been doing. We've been open and honest, and fielding all questions, which sometimes are not easy.
Right. And Alyssa, I know your son, he's pretty young. So do you feel like it's probably way too early at this point, right?
Yeah, at least for me. I mean, other parents may disagree, but I think that he's too young to have a full understanding. So I haven't even explained to him about COVID-19 or anything like that. I just think it's too much for him right now.
Right. And you're pretty creative, so he probably loves whatever you create anyway. So if he had to put a mask on, he's excited to put it on.
He actually is. He actually is. Indeed. That's funny.
Love it. So let's talk about the book. Like, walk us through, we see that you had is it an artist? Is that, or illustrator?
An illustrator? Yes. Nanika Myers. Her name is Nanika Myers. Yeah. She is the illustrator on the book, and she was wonderful to work with. I can't wait for you guys to see the illustrations. Just beautiful. Really, really striking features. I'm so excited. I can't revel too much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you have a copy here?
Oh yes. Come on. Y'all better get this book.
But very, very, very beautiful book. I'm really, really, really proud of it.
I'm proud too.
What else would you like to know about the book? We can't say everything. If you want to read a couple pages, if you'd like me to.
Listen. Anything you want to do. Look, it's
your
anything.
Book.
It's your book. Look, tell us about
Let me get
it.
a sneak peek. Okay. Ayaan woke up bright and early. He usually loved going to school, but today he felt a little bit worried. Ayaan, where's your happy face? His mom asked. I'm not feeling so happy today. Sometimes at school, I don't feel very smart. I feel worried. I won't know the answers. Ayan's mom looked into his eyes. Do you remember what we always say? He nodded. Let's say it together. I am smart. Let's say it louder now. I am smart, they both shouted toward the sky. Ayaan felt better, but deep down, he was not so sure.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I'm so excited to read it.
Right.
So I'm trying to hold back the tear over here, so I'm on one side. I'm so happy. Oh my god.
So did you like when you got the book in hand? Did you cry?
This is actually not the official
book. Yeah, that's right.
No, because when we get the official book,
I'm
gonna cry. I'm gonna post about it. Yeah. It's exciting to see the this is, I think it's called a dummy is what they call it. It's an actual official book. We had some promo stuff to do, so I got a copy of it. But when we get the official book, yeah, I know we're probably both gonna be crying.
I'm telling you. Look, it got me. I don't care what you say, it got me. I'm like, I know her. Yo, I know her. We used to be on the runway. I know her. But look, again, like, thank you for sharing that. If y'all not as excited as I am, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all better get us together, because look, I'm gonna come to your house. Well, I can't come to your house right now. But look, I'm gonna Zoom call you, because I have to buy this book.
Yes.
Buy this book. So Zulekha, so what do you want families, Black children, all children, to take away from I am smart, I am blessed, I can do anything?
I think, like Alissa said earlier, this book is for it's definitely a children's book, but it's for kids 2 to 92. Anyone can pull from the messaging that we try to put forth in the book, and that is basically of self-confidence, self-motivation, self-love. And it really is a book that allows for a child to see, or an adult, anyone, to see someone kind of having a challenge and using an affirmation, these words of positivity, to help propel them through and past that challenge. And so that's what we want for anyone who reads it, to not only to just read the book, because of course it has its entertainment value, but I think more importantly to internalize the message and really, in those moments when you're not sitting in front of the book reading it, but you're going through a tough time and you're like, you know what? Hold on. I remember I'm smart. I'm blessed and I can do anything. I got this. That is really what we want for this book to do. To become part of the vernacular, to be something that, in schools, kids are told this, we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we have school songs, we have school mottos. The positivity and positive words really do impact how you see yourself and how you see the world. And could you imagine what it would be like if every child had something that they could say within themselves and believe it and be able to motivate themselves and others? I want to hear a story of some kid being on a basketball team, and they're down in the game, and one of the kids goes, "Remember, we're smart, we're blessed, we can do anything." That's what we want.
Yes.
So it's not just the message. We really want people to internalize it and use it in everyday life, because trust me, that's what Ayaan is doing.
He absolutely is. And so I don't know why, but it still surprises me now that he could be, trying to figure out something new, or maybe it's something that he's already worked on and it's challenging for him in that moment. And he will just say, I am smart, I am blessed, I can do anything, right, mommy? And I'm like, yes, you can do it. So he literally uses it. And speaking about, internalizing it and using it in your life, it is so amazing to me, the reaction that we've gotten through social media, through messages from so many people. Just recently, a page reposted it and someone commented and tagged me, and he said that he was working on exams for school and he was going to use this to help him make it through his exams. And I was just like, those kind of messages really, I feel like I'm going to cry, really, really touch my heart, honestly, because that's what I wanted for Ayaan.
Yeah.
And to know that so many people around the world are going to be able to take this, I'm really crying.
Girl, look, welcome to, look.
Take this message.
Right.
Yes.
And just imagine those kids that may not have somebody in their corner.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're, you know, they don't feel like they have that extra push, or they don't feel like they're motivated enough to do that last part, the part of whatever they have to accomplish. And they just, you know what, I'm smart, I'm blessed, I can do anything. Okay, I got it. Don't be down on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Heck, I can use it.
Yes.
I needed it 2 weeks ago.
Right.
They tried me at work.
So listen, ladies, you just don't know how much you've blessed the world. Even if no one tells you, if those who are just too silent to say too, you know, shy to say anything, you have blessed many of people. And you should be proud of yourselves. Proud of yourself. Your affirmations, your goals of what you and your sister wanted to accomplish are now helping people out in the world that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Around the world.
Yeah.
Just know you're helping them out.
Kudos to y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Look, I can't say this enough. Buy the book. Okay. December 29. Okay. Your Christmas list. Your Thanksgiving list. Okay. Because I see the Christmas lights up, and I see some people got trees up too. So people starting early.
They can add this to their vision boards.
Look, forget the PS5. Look, put this at the top of the list now. Go and get the book. The book gonna help you when you lose it in the PS5 game or whatever you was playing. I'm just saying, it's gonna help. Okay. Look, you need it, right?
You ain't never lied.
Listen. Okay. So look, we got a sister duo. Sister duo, working hard, putting something so positive out during this time. It's necessary that households have this book. It is. I can't stress it enough. Like, look, when we had the okay to put this out, it's gonna be on the 415. Okay? It's gonna be there. So I want to let y'all ladies plug in, tell everyone where they can find the book, how they can get in contact with you all. Anything you want to plug in that you didn't get to talk about, you got 2 minutes, 40 seconds. Dang, ladies.
Okay. Well, you can pre-order the book at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, and please support your independent bookstores as well. And it will be released on December 29th everywhere. We will be doing some virtual interviews, events where people will be able to hear more about the book and receive a signed copy. That's after the book is released. So look out for that. My Instagram is at Alissa360style, ALISSA 360 STYLE. And Zulekha?
Yes, I am very new to Instagram, okay? But I can be found at AMOMDOTCOM, amom.com, on Instagram. And like Alissa said, we'll have a number of virtual events where people can sign up and get signed copies of the book. And again, please support independent bookstores. There's a lot of them closing these days. And so anything we can do to support them. And all of the major retailers are gonna have it on December 29th. So please support.
Yes, and thank you ladies for having us.
Yes.
This was a wonderful opportunity and great conversation. I felt like we were friends, just hanging out. You guys made us feel comfortable. You made me cry.
Not too hard to do.
And I want to say again, thank you for your guys' beautiful spirit. Keep illuminating the world. I appreciate you all.
Yes, the 405 podcast. If we cut out, we're gonna just add on to it. But we're just so thankful.